crypto.
This is the underground crypto back at it again. Yeah, it's Saturday. Feeling good. Feeling good. So for today's video, I was going to talk about Meridian 2020, but scam. The scammers were out. Scammers were out to get me. My goodness, I did get caught in one scam, since I've been in this crypto space. So we're going to do a video on the best tips to avoid cryptocurrency scams, right? And I'm going to show you some examples of how they try to scam you, right? So I have screenshots and everything and tips, and we're going to dive right into it. So you don't get caught in a cryptocurrency scam, because there's a lot of scammers out there. There's tons, my goodness, tons of scammers, right? So Stella's looking good on the day, down a little bit. Bitcoin went down past 16,000, rose back up. XRP was looking great, went up a penny. So from 0.26 to 0.27, XRP was going crazy. The XRP family was going nuts, right? But the sleeping giant, we packing those bags for Stella, because we gonna go to the moon, straight to the moon, right? And just a reminder, Meridian 2020 is coming up. This is gonna be exciting. A lot of good things will come from this. So definitely register the 16th through the 20th. So that's right around the corner, right? And you get the Stella swag. So, the Stella socks, I didn't put my socks on yet. I'm looking at it right now, but I didn't put it on yet. I still want to keep it crispy with the Stella logo, right? So sign up and we gonna get it popping. Meridian 2020, exciting. All right, so crypto scams, right? Crypto scams, and there are a lot of websites popping up for crypto scams, for them to send you, for you to send them cryptocurrencies, and they'll send you back double the amount, right? And there's been YouTube videos on this and everything to avoid. We had the issue with Twitter where they hacked into those famous accounts and said, send your cryptocurrencies to this address and we'll double it, right? So you have that on YouTube, but other places you have it on is websites, right? A lot of websites. And another place where it's just overflowing with scams, Telegram, the Telegram app, right? Tons of scams, so many. It's unbelievable, right? So we're going to look at some of the websites that you need to avoid, and I'm going to include this in the description so you could look at the website. This is from CryptoChainUno.com scam list, right? So you can see some of the fraudulent crypto websites here, right? Airbond.io, BigNetwork.club, right? So there's a lot that we can see here, a lot, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can find out if these websites are fake. If you're on Telegram, they say, hey, we're giving out double, triple the amount. Go to this website and sign up. So there's a few steps that I take to see, let me see if this is accurate or not, right? So we can see there's a lot of websites, it goes through A through Z, right? A through Z, a lot of websites, right? And I'm going to give you an example that I had today, right? So on Telegram, right, I don't know how they do this, but they add me to tons of groups. They're like, underground crypto, you're added to this. I'm like, what? And when you're in the group, they show you so many good numbers, right? $50 and you can make thousands, right? So I'm going to show you an example, right? So this is one example. This is from my phone. I took a screenshot. Frederick Taylor. It's probably not his name. Probably somewhere else from another country or whatever. All right. So coin surges. Right. So in the group, I asked, how long has coinsurges.ltd, that's the domain name, how long has that been live, right? How long have you owned that domain and been doing business under coinsurges.ltd? And I'm going to show you the website here. Yep. A lot of tabs here. Coinsurges.ltd. Right? So this is the site. Looks good. Right? So they're saying 10% after 24 hours. $50, you make $999. Wait. Sorry, $50 through 1,000, you get 10% after 24 hours. This looks incredible to me. Like, whoa. And you have the VIP investment plans, right? Website looks legit. This looks really great, right? So I asked them, is it the same website name that you've been doing business under? He said, yes. Website name coinsurges.ltd, right? So I said, I thought it was coinsurges.com. Were you always using coinsurges.ltd? He said, yes, always for 5 years, right? So there's some things that you can do to check if this is accurate. And this is what I did before I asked the question. So you can go to GoDaddy.whois or GoDaddy.com. Whois, right? So I searched up coinsurges.ltd. Right? This looks accurate. Coinsurges.ltd. There's a couple of tips that you can see, right? To see a fraud. Call them out right away. This is what I look for. Creation date 2020. So this was created in September, so it was October. So they put together the scam back in September, put together a website, right? You can put it together really quick with WordPress, right? So this was created, creation date, update date in October. So they created it September, updated it in October. And this is another, what I see too, another big tip that I see a lot of the crypto website scammers do. They're pretty cheap, right? They don't want to spend a lot of money. They want to take your money. So they use Namecheap as a registrar. So this is also another big tip here that it's fraud, right? The third tip here, right, is they guard their privacy. So not everyone is fraudulent that does this, but this, if you see all three, right? He mentioned 5 years ago, but hey, why did you create this just 2 months ago? Right? Namecheap and guarding their privacy. So with that, I said, nope, I'm not messing with that. Right? So this is a big tip that you can use. I'm going to give you some more tips too from a website that has a full list of tips, but you can see this here, right? So another one here, I'm going to give you another example. AstroFX binary investment. So this is one tip that they'll let you know, right? So you're on Telegram, you see 180 subscribers. Someone invited you to the channel that you don't know. It's another big tip that, hey, this seems like a scam here, right? So with AstroFX binary investment, what they did, they were pretty slick. They kind of cloned an existing site that does cryptocurrency trading and stock trading, right? What they added was the binary to make it a little bit different. I think there's a site that's AstroFX, not the binary, right? And they used a lot of the images from that site to make it seem real, right? So you could see here, trade times of 24 hours, right? Invest 300, get 2,400. when I saw this, I'm like, wow, that looks pretty juicy. But you can't really make this. There's certain places you can make that, but not in 24 hours. This is nah. That is ridiculous. And you can validate that. Yes, I'm gonna get 2,400 from 300. Right. So this is also another big tip. Trade time is 48 hours. Premium plan, 1,000 to get 10,000. Right. So definitely fraudulent. And you can see here, right, in the Telegram. All right, for those joining our channel newly, take note, we don't send notifications to your inbox first. And another big tip that they do that it's fraudulent is they'll mute where you can't respond. Right? You can't respond. So this was the admin, Layla Shannon, but she wasn't really Layla Shannon. I asked Layla Shannon, I said, why don't you do a Zoom and explain this to us? That's another big tip. They don't want to do a Zoom because they don't want to show their face. Right? But I was like, all right, let's send voice messages then on Telegram so I can ask questions. Right? So she did that, and it wasn't a Layla Shannon from the UK because this company was from the UK. It sounded like someone from India. And the questions that I asked, she didn't know. Right? She did not know about trading. So that was another big tip. So those are some of the tips that you can use to not get yourself caught in a scam, because you don't want to get caught out there, because there's going to be a lot more scammers out there trying to take everyone's money. Right? That's all they can do. Right? All they can do is just prey on people. Terrible. Right? So we're going to look at the tips, right? Before we look at the tips, this is another site as well, brokercomplaintregistry.com. So they put together a registry of cryptocurrency fraud website list here. Right? So you can see there's a lot. There's a lot. Direct Coin, right? And those two that I showed you, they're not even on this list. All right, CoinSurges.ltd. We don't see any coin surges here. Let's scroll down here. Do we see any coin surges? Bitcoin Private, BitGold. There are so many. Co-found it. Cotton Coin. Ridiculous. And this is why they use Namecheap, because they have to buy so many and it has to be cheap. So they they use Namecheap. And I don't see the website here, right? So there's still plenty of websites out there that is not captured on this list. But I'm going to include this list as well. So anytime you need to check, you can see that you can do your comparison check here. So this was the Astro FX binary investment site here. Right, so you can see, it looks legit. They can put together a quick WordPress site and, quickly fool people. Right? So those are the two sites there. So I'll provide that as well. And this article shows here over 10,000 people have downloaded fake cryptocurrency apps. Right? So fake apps. And the fake apps are mainly on Android, right? So Android, their security is not really that good where it comes to fake apps. So there's tons of fake apps out there that people are downloading and sending money to. And another one is fake trading platforms as well. So you think you're purchasing crypto, but you're not. Right? So there's a lot of fraudulent activities out there. So you definitely want to ensure that um, you're on the right foot. You know, you're planned and you're in good standing there. So we're gonna look at the 10 common crypto scams to keep your eye out for, right? So that's phishing, fake exchange and wallets, old school scams, fraudulent ICOs, right? Bitcoin blackmail scams, impersonation giveaway scams. So this is kind of like what YouTube and Twitter, Ponzi, I don't know, malware, mining scams, pump and dumps, right? So we're going to look at a couple of these here. So how to detect a crypto scam. I'm going to include this in the description as well. So this provides a good list, and some of the things I mentioned too is on this list. So checklist. Does a website connect securely over HTTPS, not HTTP? If the address starts with HTTP instead of TTPS, the data you send to the website is not secure. So the S stands for secure, right? That means they have an SSL cert, right? And most of those cheap sites won't have the SSL cert. I think CoinSurges did have a cert, right? But you can get a cert for free for like 3 months. So I wouldn't go by this completely, because you can get certs for free. I set up websites and get certs for free there. All right, second one, can you see the word secure or an image of a padlock in your website browser address? This indicates that a website is secure. So this is also another good tip here to check. All right, we can let me just check that real quick. CoinSurges. I don't think I see a padlock on this one, but as we can see here, we can see I can see the TTPS. You can't see it, but I can see it. All right, so let's go back to the list here. Does the website URL have any noticeable mistakes, spelling mistakes, or errors? So that's a big one. So you can go to the site and see if they have any spelling mistakes or errors in here. All right, so that's one of the big clues. But we do have spell check, so I wouldn't go by that completely there. Does the site feature bad grammar? So it's kind of similar to this as well, or awkward phrasing. So this is kind of like a good tip. But I wouldn't completely go with this. Number 5, does a website promise abnormally high returns? And we looked at that, right? The high returns, right? These are high. These are ridiculous returns. So that's a big tip-off that something's not right. Is there an About Us page? Does it show the real people behind the company? So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at CoinSurges. Do they have an About Us? They have how to start, rules, FAQ, contact us. All right, they're in, is that Cairns, United Kingdom? So that's another one. They like to use UK as a place where they're headquartered. All right. This is their contact us page, but who knows if this is legit. Here's About Us page. We can go to About. So they said, do they have pictures of who the people are? And you can see they have a whole bunch of words and all this other stuff. So this doesn't mean anything, right? So that's also another big tip there. Does it show the real people behind the company? Which it didn't, right? Okay, the next one here, this indicates that the site is trusted and respected. Legitimate, reputable website link to the site, so that you can do a check on Google and see if it's reputable. You can also do what I like to do is on Google, just put the name of the site and put scam, and then at times they have websites that list out people that have mentioned that it's a fraudulent website. All right, let's see what else on the checklist. What do other users say about the website? Are there any negative reviews? So this is what I mentioned just a while ago. You do a Google search. If there are negative reviews about scams, it's a scam. Who is the registered owner of the domain? Is the owner hidden behind private registration? So this is what I mentioned when we looked at the who is, right? So they're hiding. Scammers, right? So that's a big one here. Has the domain been registered for less than 6 months? Yes, it has. This is less than 6 months. This is 2 months, a little over 2 months, right? What else? What else are they saying here? Right? You can find this information by searching for the platform URL registration details on whois.net. All right. Next on the checklist, is there anything else about the website that raises red flags or just seems to be too good to be true? Right? So that's also another tip there. Does the website claim any celebrity endorsements? Many investment scams use fake celebrity endorsements to get people to lower their guard. And the last, social media, right? So this is what happened to me, right? So I got added to this site, or not site, added to this group on Telegram, and I'm like, what is this about? You know, and then this guy reaches out to me here, Frederick Taylor, that's not really his name, a scammer, right? And that's a big tip there, you know. So hope you like this list here, right? So that's a quick checklist, and they go into more details on finder.com. This is the website, finder.com/bitcoins-scams. So I'll include this in the description as well. So phishing. For some time, I always thought this said phishing or phishing or something. I don't know, but I'm glad I know it's phishing and not phishing. All right. How to avoid phishing scams. Always double check your URLs. Don't click on suspicious links. Never disclose your private keys. Never want to give away your private keys. Fake exchanges and wallets. So you definitely want to stay away from that, right? So BitKRX, back in 2017, there was a fake exchange, fake wallet. So people sent their money to that and they lost everything. All right, old school scams, fraudulent ICOs. So you can have ICOs that launch, but they're not real, right? So case study here, right? Pincoin and iFan. In April 2018, Vietnam-based company believed to cheated more than 30,000 investors out of a total combined 660 million. Right? So we can see this isn't a joke with ICOs. So you got to stay away from the ICOs. Right? Bitcoin blackmail scams, impersonation giveaways, Ponzi scams, malware, mining scams. Right? So what mining is, cloud mining allows you to mine Bitcoin without having to purchase. However, there are also plenty of crypto mining scams out there, some promising astronomical returns and fail to disclose a range of hidden fees. Right? So they take your money that way. Right? And the pump and dumps. This is a big one here. Pump and dumps. Right? So cryptocurrencies are often dismissed as speculators' dream come true that are ripe for a little bit of the market manipulation. Right? So it's what it's saying right here. Right? So this is where a large group of buyers target an altcoin with a small market cap. Right? They pump it. So they buy that coin en masse, which is a pump, to drive its price up, which attracts a lot of new buyers fueled by FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So, for example, there's a lot of coins out there that are under a penny. They'll drive it up to like 5-10 cents, right? Because it has a small market cap, so it doesn't take that much, right? Once they get to a certain amount, they'll dump it. That's where the dump comes in. And you're stuck with the expensive coin. It goes way down because they're selling. So this sort of thing is illegal in traditional securities market, but is common in the unregulated world of cryptocurrency. So this is where regulation is good. right? So how to avoid pump and dump scams, right? Be wary of low market cap cryptos that normally have a low trading volume, but that suddenly experience a sharp price rise, right? It's at 5 cents and it jumps all the way up, or under 5 cents, 0.005, say under a penny. Normally like a very low volume, all of a sudden spikes, right? So that's one to keep an eye on. Keep an eye out for fake news on social media, right? That drives the price up. So that's one thing you can do. You can check like what's driving the price. Typically a speculation. So what's on Twitter that's driving the price? Did the CEO of the company make news, right? Add whale watch on Twitter, right? Did a whale buy a lot of that particular coin, right? So those are some tips you can do there. And carefully research the credentials of the cryptocurrency before buying, right? So I think that's a wrap right there. We're going to wrap it up. So that's the show for today. So we've been on now for 2 weeks, and just want to thank some of the subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing and watching and listening. Right, so thank you, Mathatug PH. Right, thank you, Daniel Bull Run Lamb, Fire Sale P, Wisdom O, James Dorrell, Life Explorer, Marcus Wilson, Die, Kenja Mo, and many others. Thank you. It's 2 weeks. We're going to keep bringing the Stella, the sleeping giant, other underground crypto news. Right? So that's a wrap. Just a reminder, we are giving away 500 XLMs. So subscribe to the channel, like the video to be entered. Right? So we're doing that. We're also giving away 50 XLMs. Digital Assets Jared won that, so get in contact with me, right? So I announce once we get over 100 subscribers, we'll be giving it out. So Digital Assets Jared, you won. And in December, we'll be giving away a Ledger Nano S hardware wallet. All right. So that's a wrap. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with more videos. Staying clear of the closing doors. Next stop for Stella is the moon. Let's get it.
We don't have that much competition. They would use Stellar to make their payments faster.